Okay, so I'm taking a screenshot of what I wrote on the board um, because it's too hard to get everything aligned. But if you can't read what's on the board, I actually have it inside the post for you to view. So, but I figured that doing a video would actually help explain what I mean by each question, and it'll be easier to explain via a video. So these are the things you want to ask yourself and check for before buying cryptocurrency. The first thing is, are you buying high or are you buying low? A lot of people don't know if they really are buying high or low, and it's because they really don't check their charts and don't understand how to look at the chart to see if they're buying high or are they buying low. They don't use indicators properly, and it might be because they don't know. And a lot of times it's because they're buying it because they heard this was a hot thing to buy. Other people have made money on it, so then that's when they jump in. Well, actually, that's the worst time to jump in, is when the price is going up and there's a lot of people buying at the same time, because now those people who already bought it are seeing the price go up and they're going to sell, which is going to make the price quickly drop down. So, but I will go over how to read your charts instead of just jumping into buying a crypto coin while the price is going up, fearing that you're going to miss out on some quick money, when actually you're probably way better off just waiting for it to drop again and then wait for it to go back up. So the second question you want to ask is, what is your reason for buying it? So I know this sounds pretty silly to ask, but it really needs to be asked, because if you are buying it and don't know if you're buying it for long term, for how long you want to buy it, till it hits what price or whatever, if you don't have a plan, you could really end up really wasting your money. So, and I'm outside while I'm recording this, so please forgive me. What is one of the reasons that you could be buying is for long-term investing. If you are doing that, we'll talk a little bit more of building a strategy. The second reason is to make quick cash. This is something that I really am very speculative about people doing. I know people are going to do it regardless, but actually cryptocurrency is probably one of the best things for passive income. Yes, you can make quick cash from it, but it's really best served for using and growing it to build a passive income, so that you actually live off of it and actually have money working for you versus you working for money. The third reason that you might be buying it is to trade it for more coins. This is one of the things I do, and I don't always do it daily. It just depends on where the price is and if it's about to drop. And I kind of calculate, all right, so if I sell it here, what's the lowest it probably would drop? And am I risking going for less coins than I actually originally had? Then the last thing is dollar cost averaging. Basically, dollar cost averaging is you just buying, and you're buying it every time you see it kind of like dips, and then you just kind of average out your costs. So one moment you might, for instance, if I look at Bitcoin, maybe you bought it when the price was at 20,000, it went up to 30,000, then you bought it again when it dropped to 25,000, then it went back up again to 35. You waited for it to drop a little bit more, you buy more. So you're just collecting coins at at average cost. So the third question you want to ask yourself is, are you buying on a safe exchange? Because some of these coins are on exchanges that it's very risky. They have high hacking. Sometimes you cannot get your stuff off of there. So you want to make sure that you can buy it and then you can take it off of there if you need it to. And which leads me to the fourth question. Do you have a wallet to put it in? So just like you would if you had actual money, like dollars, $100,000 in cash, you would not want to just leave it out there for anyone to possibly take it. You want to put it up in a safe place. So that's what a wallet is for. So unless you're just constantly trading it, yes, you would keep it on an exchange. But if you're just buying it and then you're going to sell it maybe even a week later, then I would just go ahead and put it into a wallet. Or especially if you're doing long term, you definitely need a wallet to keep it in, to keep it protected. The fifth thing is, how risky is the trade? So how risky is it for you to buy it? And what is your stop loss? So we'll talk more about stop losses. Basically, a stop loss is to protect you from it going high and then it just goes really fast and drops, or it could drop while you're not paying attention. Maybe you bought it one day and then it dropped 2 days later, and it dropped way below where you wanted it to drop. So you put in a stop loss to say, hey, I might lose a little bit of money, but I don't want to lose below this amount. And then we can also talk about, I'll have another tutorial on how to set stop losses. The last thing that I want to recommend that you ask yourself or check for is, what is your target price? So just because you buy something, you also want to have a target price of where, if you want to sell, rather even if it's long term, where do you want to sell? Or if it's long term and you're like, well, I never want to sell. Some people never want to sell their Bitcoins, which I strongly advise. Like, they will keep it and pass it down to the next generation. That's the way they view it, and that's how highly they value it. So they may not ever sell it. But there might be certain coins that they say, you know what, I want to sell it when it hits this price because this was the all-time high, or this is the price that they're predicting it to be. That's my target price. I will sell all of it, or I might sell half of it. But that goes into all back to having a plan for when you're buying and selling cryptocurrency. So these are the things that you do want to check for. And I will have more tutorials on each one of these items because it's really critical, especially if you're trying to, excuse me, I told you I'm outside, especially if you're trying to develop passive income or develop wealth from cryptocurrency. All right, this will do it for this tutorial.